This is Action News Sports Sunday, sponsored by Audi.
Welcome to Action News Sports Sunday on Super Bowl Sunday. I'm Jamie Apodi. Well, hopefully you've had your fill of nachos and wings and football, because sadly we won't be seeing any more football until August, but at least we went out with a good one. Super Bowl 56, featuring the youngest head coaches in history, the lowest seeds to face off in history, and one of the best halftime shows in history, right? But I digress. Rams, the second team in history to get to host the Super Bowl. First, the Bucs last year. Beautiful catch by Odell Beckham Jr. from Matthew Stafford to get him on the board in the first quarter. OBJ would later leave with a knee injury. Second quarter, Rams up 7-3. Cooper Kupp, 7-yard score. They'd missed the PAT, take a 13-3 lead. Bengals had to do something to stop the momentum, so they dug into their bags of tricks. Cincy special? Joe Mixon, the pass to T. Higgins, 13-10 Rams at the half. LA forgot the game resumed. Very first play of the third quarter, Joe Burrow, 75 yards to Higgins for the score. Got away with a little face mask there. Bengals go ahead 17-13. Moving to the fourth, 2016 Cincinnati. 90 seconds to play. Stafford to Kupp over Voorhees native Eli Apple for a 1-yard touchdown. Caps a 15-play drive. Kupp named the Super Bowl MVP. One last chance for Burrow and the Bengals on 4th and 1. He's in the gun, and Aaron Donald comes up with the huge play. Donald says, "You can put my ring right here." LA Rams beat the Bengals 23-20. It's the second Super Bowl for the Rams, but first in Los Angeles, Sean McVay, the youngest head coach ever to win a Super Bowl. Afterwards, Stafford had his hands full, literally.
It's probably going to take some time, I'm going to have to think about it. I know in the moment I didn't know what to think. I was just a little emotional and so happy to be, world champ, and so happy to be a part of this group. I mean, that's the biggest thing. It's not me. It's not any individual on this team. We're a group. We're a team. And to get it done together was so special.
Yeah, I mean, we're a young team, so you'd like to think that we're going to be back in this situation, multiple times over the course of the next few years. So, we take this and, let it fuel you for the rest of our careers.
By the way, Stafford, those were only 3 of his 4 daughters. It wasn't long ago that Carson Wentz was playing like an MVP in helping to lead the Eagles to the Super Bowl before getting hurt. Now it appears that another team is ready to break up with him. It's really remarkable. ESPN is reporting that Wentz will probably either be traded or released outright by Indianapolis before March 18th, which is when he is due $22 million plus an extra $6.29 million signing bonus. Wentz collapsed during the Colts' must-win to get in Week 18 game against the Jaguars. The move would come only a year after the Eagles traded him. Lucky for us, he did play the number of snaps needed to secure the Birds that first-round draft pick this season. The Sixers return to practice tomorrow. All eyes will be waiting to see if number 1 makes his first appearance. James Harden, who arrived in town yesterday to the waiting arms of GM Daryl Morey, expected to be introduced on Tuesday. It's not known if he'll play that night against the Celtics or if he'll make his debut after the All-Star break. Remember, Harden's been dealing with a hamstring injury. Sixers head coach Doc Rivers said he'll likely just throw Harden right in there.
It's just when you do trades at this time of the year, there's many times you put a guy on the floor with 0 practice time. You just throw him out there, and you're going to have to figure out how it goes. So the moment he's cleared to play, whether we have practice in front of that or not, we're just going to throw you out there.
You ask someone like that, your chances to win a championship are even bigger. So, I'm just excited to, get on with it and, try to figure it out, how to, put it all together as a team.
With the trade, the Ben Simmons saga comes to an end, thankfully, except for the fact that Sixers will have to see him at least 4 times a year. It's unclear when Simmons will make his debut in Brooklyn. They play the Kings tomorrow, and he's listed as out/reconditioning. Even though he's now gone, that didn't stop Embiid from issuing a parting shot at his former partner in crime.
You look at the history being on the court, what we did in the regular season, we were dominant. So it's unfortunate that winning was not the biggest factor. It's unfortunate that, for him, having his own team and I guess being a star was more of his priorities. But we thought that, everything was great. The fit was great, but unfortunately, Dad thought that he wasn't, but we all move on.
Will we, though? This will continue to go back and forth forever, right? All right, much more to come on Sports Sunday. Our favorite outspoken former Sixer, Charles Barkley, has some thoughts on the trade. But first, it's our play of the week. And that goes to the Lady Wildcats at Villanova, who beat the legendary UConn Huskies in Connecticut on Wednesday, 72-69. Nova led by as many as 15 in handing Gino Auriemma's team their first conference loss in 9 years. That streak, 169 straight wins in the Big East, dated back to 2013.
Sports Sunday, sponsored by your Delaware Valley Audi dealers. Go confidently with legendary Quattro all-wheel drive. Action News Sports Sundays Beat the Spread is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Tonight's Beat the Spread. Well, look at this. The Sixers' odds to win the NBA championship doubled with the news of the trade for James Harden. They have the 5th best odds in the NBA. The Nets are still first, but their odds to win it all dropped a bit with the swap of Simmons for Harden. Love it when that happens. There have been many opinions on this blockbuster trade between the Sixers and Nets. A lot of people think that Brooklyn won the trade, given all the Sixers gave up, the draft picks too. Some say it was the Sixers landing a legend to play alongside Joel Embiid that makes them the winner. Well, here's former Sixer Charles Barkley's hot take.
If Bensalem plays, and it might not work out this year, but they're going to have a really good team going forward. To me, Philly's got to win this year or next year, because James has slowed down. He's not the same player, and I don't know how him and Embiid are going to work together. They both need the ball. James is going to me, James is going to have to make the biggest sacrifice because Embiid's a better player. When you get two great players together, one guy going to have to take a back seat. To me, it's going to have to be James. James going to have to be, to me, be more of a point guard to get those other guys. He got to get Tobias Harris involved because now Tobias Harris, to me, is the big loser because he ain't going to get no shots now.
I'll take that. Remember Shaq and Kobe, by the way. I mean, it didn't end well, but they did win 3 titles together. Barkley's takes, they're usually spot on. His golf game never is. Speaking of golf, what a scene at the Phoenix Open where it's always a party, but never before like this. To the 16th hole, which is known as the biggest party in golf, Harry Higgs with the 10-foot putt to save par. Quiet fist pump? Nope. Strip show. He flashed the crowd and incited all-out pandemonium. His playing partner, Joel Dahman, joined in on the fun. The crowd went absolutely wild. showering the shirtless golfers with beer. Now, yesterday, Donovan took to Twitter to say that if he got enough retweets, Higgs would take his shirt off on 16. Listen, I feel like if golf was always played like this, it would be way more fun to watch because sometimes golf can be a bit boring, you know? All right, finally, the Bensalem girls basketball team played their final game of the season yesterday, and with that ended the career of senior Maddie MacDougall, who has quite a story to tell. For Bensalem's senior guard Maddie MacDougall, every day on the basketball court is a gift.
I think I have a very different perspective. Most people just go out and play and just think, oh, it's another game, but I think like this is another chance I got to stand up and play again, because there was a time where that wasn't even a thought crossing my mind.
It was not too long ago she couldn't envision herself walking again, let alone running a fast break.
We were at a local fast food restaurant, and me and my one teammate went out to the car to go grab something, and it was pouring rain outside, and I slipped and a car actually drove over me.
Not just a car, a minivan. The accident left Maddie with a shattered pelvis and internal bleeding from kidney and liver lacerations that required a helicopter ride to CHOP for emergency surgery.
It's really scary knowing like you have a whole future ahead of you, and knowing like just in one instant like it could have just disappeared for me.
Did you fear for your life at this point ever?
Yeah, many times.
Maddie was hospitalized for more than a month, then remained in a wheelchair for another month with rods holding her pelvis together, and then 4 months of physical therapy where she relearned how to walk.
It was an everyday question I would ask them, can I play sports, when can I get back to sports? And none of them really wanted to, I don't think they wanted to put me down, so they never gave me a straight answer. I was never told like, no, you're not gonna be able to play again, but they wouldn't tell me, yes, you are going to play again.
It's not like a normal, like a sprained ankle, they're coming back. This was kind of like a life-threatening injury. You didn't even know if she would be able to walk again, let alone play again.
But play again she did, and in this, her senior season, even hit a game-winning three-pointer.
She's just a kid you want to root for. She brightens up the room, the locker room, wherever she's at.
So what's next? Well, when she's not draining jumpers, Maddie is a host on her school's newscast.
We're your senior captains for the girls basketball team, Maddie MacDougall and Delaney Bell.
She wants to major in media communications in college, and you know what? I think she's got a knack for this.
At Bensalem High School, for Jamie Pody, I'm Maddie MacDougall, Channel 6 Action News.
Look at that. Now listen, I was really impressed by Maddie. I don't want her to go steal my job just yet. Maybe in a few years, okay? What a bright future she's got ahead of her. Well, that's it for Action News Sports Sunday. Thanks for joining us on this Super Bowl Sunday edition. I'll be right back here next week, same time, same channel. Have a great one.